From LA Late headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LA Late.
And look at that. The market is up a nice 188 points today on the news that big rebounds in this economy could be coming. Also coming is massive stimulus checks. $200,000, yes, more than that. We're going to go over all these incredible stimulus checks for 2023. There's stimulus checks for you if you make $75,000 less. There's stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low-income stimulus checks. 18 months on average, 5 checks per month, $40,000 across the board. In today's recording, we're going to work each of these wonderful stimulus checks with you. We're going to go with stimulus checks A to C, E to K, L to Q. These are 2023 stimulus checks passed, law, paid out, been paying out for viewers of this channel. And 2023 is a great year because we had a combination of all these 2020, 2021, and 2022 stimulus checks all at the same time. Plus, we have a brand new stimulus check R, unemployment stimulus, and PEBT stimulus checks as well. It's a big week. Let's look and see what the weekend has in store for us. A market rally continuing right now with the Dow up 188 points. The Fed governor speaking Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, new labor numbers released with new unemployment rates. And then week will all have the fourth quarter 2022 corporate earnings release. Let's look at the Dow right now. Nice pop of 188 in the Dow. Oh, that's pleasant. 190. We went into the weekend last weekend with a lot of layoffs. Amazon, firings. Salesforce, firings. McDonald's getting big indication of their firings as well. In those first two companies, Amazon and Salesforce, 26,000 Americans laid off. That's why you have to get all these incredible stimulus checks. Go out in this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Get these incredible stimulus checks for you, SSI, become a member, SSDI, become a member, SSA, become a member, veterans, become a member. And go right on this video and go right into that newsletter, which is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're going to go over all these incredible checks one at a time. We're going to go over the latest details of the economy. We're going to go over the latest payouts. We're going to go over everything you need to know. It's a great day and it's exciting. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, big afternoon and big show. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to the breaking news for a big new week of January 2023. The breaking news all starts right here, right now on a gorgeous Afternoons of Afternoons LA. The only problem is we have a little bit of rain. Other than that, it was gorgeous. It all starts right now. Good afternoon, everybody. What a great day it is. 2023 has massive stimulus checks for you. Why? Because it's a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. We're going to go over all these incredible 2023 stimulus checks in this recording. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. These are stimulus checks for you, SSDI. These are stimulus checks for you, SSA. These are stimulus checks for you, veterans. These are stimulus checks for you, low income. These are stimulus checks for all Americans because it's American stimulus checks. They're not state stimulus checks. These are American stimulus checks. Then next up, unemployment stimulus checks in this recording. Then we go over to PEBT stimulus and the brand new stimulus check R. Then later in this recording, we'll go over the latest details of what's going on with this market, massive layoffs, and what we're going to see for the rest of this week. We have a big show, a big week. Don't miss a single video, a single day, a single broadcast, because you could miss fortunes of stimulus and big money from this economy. Today on LA, the breaking news all starts right here, right now, from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Hope you're having a beautiful day, and thank you again for joining me on a big Afternoons of Afternoons LA for a gorgeous January 2023. The breaking news all starts right now. How you doing? Hope you had a beautiful weekend, and thank you for joining me all weekend long. We had a lot of great fun shows. We had some shows on location live, and then I was able to figure out a way to bring them back to you from the boot bar. If you missed them, oh boy. So we will be doing more of those on location live shows because I know you like them. This channel has a lot of shows in a single day. We start with Mornings LA live on air at 9 a.m. You don't want to miss that show. You don't want to miss that show. It's live on air. It's the latest details of what's going on with stimulus in the economy. Then we go into the noontime 11 o'clock show. We go into the 1, 2, 3 o'clock afternoon show. The 3 is always brand new. The 5 o'clock primetime show, the breaking news after the market closes. You don't want to miss that. And then we have 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We have the live shows on channel 1, 2, and 3. And also we have the early morning shows from 3 to 4 to 7 a.m. Let's get to the breaking news right now. Millions of dollars is coming to millions of Americans today. It's 2023 stimulus checks, and it's absolutely incredible. Why? Because 2023 is the combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, 2020, 2021, and 2022. They're passed. They're already law. We're not questioning whether it's going to happen. It's already passed. But it's a little bit different than other years. We're going to go over all the incredible details of it. It's over $500 million. It started with President Biden, then it went to Congress, then it went back to me, and then it went back to Congress. We have a lot of stimulus checks in this broadcast. Let's start with the first 3 2023 stimulus checks. You ready? I am ready. And later in this broadcast, we'll go over the latest details on the market. Look at that beautiful market up 188 right now. The first 3 checks are A, B, and C for 2023. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. These are stimulus checks for you, SSDI. These are stimulus checks for you, SSA. These are stimulus checks for you, veterans. These incredible stimulus checks are stimulus checks A, B, and C. So where did A, B, and C come from? They are just really incredible. These came from the President of the United States. The President of the United States passed these first 3 checks, and they're just incredible. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get them. Annual income, married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, go get them as well. How do you get them? You go right on this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Then you go right into that newsletter at its second brand new location, news.la.com/newsletter, and get these incredible stimulus checks right away. You don't have to wait across the board for these incredible stimulus checks. These stimulus checks are just beautiful. Let's go for the first 3 checks, A, B, and C right now. Stimulus check A, B, and C. Of those 3, the one I like the most is B because it pays the most months. Let's go see what Frank Mancuso got. 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, 18 months of high-speed internet. Do you want 18 months of utilities? Of course you do. Do you want 18 months of stimulus checks with a 2-year recession we're going to learn about in less than 30 days from now? I was the first to predict it. Of course you do. You want 18 months for a 2-year recession. Again, 18 months, stimulus checks, on average, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. You deserve these big sums of money, and you need these big sums of money. So let's go into each of these incredible stimulus checks right now. Stimulus check A is a beautiful $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. It's just wonderful. How do I get stimulus check A? In the membership newsletter. We'll go over that membership newsletter right now. All you have to do is go right on this video, become a member, join the channel, and watch this incredible broadcast one at a time. Then you're going to do stimulus check B, which is what Frank Mancuso got. You just saw this just a second ago. So Spelly got stimulus check A, for example. Countless, hundreds, thousands of viewers have gotten these stimulus checks from this channel, but I'm just using some examples. Spelly got stimulus check A. Congratulations, Spelly. Frank Mancuso got stimulus check B. Congratulations, Frank Mancuso. And then you go to stimulus check B. What is this? This is the check that is helping people get 18 months of beautiful stimulus checks. I had a great question over the weekend. Someone asked, I'm a renter. I'm not an owner. Which stimulus check can I get? All of them with the exception of A. So you can get B, you can get C, and then you can get the other ones that are coming up later in this recording. So go get that beautiful stimulus check B. How do you get it? You go right on this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Then you go to stimulus check C, which is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And in that membership newsletter, I tell you the 12 places to reach out to, what to say, and how to say it. Stimulus check C has been on this channel for a long time. It's been on this channel for a long time because it pays so well. 12 places, so make sure you reach out to all 12 places. You'll get a no, but you'll also get a yes because it has about a 50% approval rating and also a 50% rejection rating. So let's say you reach out to 20 places, you'll get 10 yeses and 10 nos. That's how it works. Let's look at some beautiful numbers for rent. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Of course you want $30,000 of rent. Yes, absolutely. Go get some incredible stimulus check C, become a member. And what about utilities? It was $7,000, now it's $15,000. Like Mark's brother-in-law, like Glenn, getting 18 months of utilities. Just great job, Lynn. And then we have SNAP and the combinations of checks. There's Nisi and Mark and Nancy. Nisi's at 23,000. She went to 50,000. And here's Mark, who's at 32,000. He went to 50,000. Then he went to 100,000. Then he went to $166,000 of 2023 stimulus checks. And here is a little range. She was at 105,000. She went to 150,000. A beautiful 2023 stimulus check C's. What's important to understand when you're looking at these beautiful stimulus checks is that they are there. They are passed. They're law. So we're not guessing. We're not waiting. We're not rolling our dice. It's law. So how do you do this? Step one, you go right under this video and become a member. Become a member right today. Join channel 1 or channel 2 or channel 3 of LA. There's LA 1, there's LA 2 or LA 3. Then go right under this video. After you become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, after you join his channel, you get a beautiful emoji behind your name. Then you go right into that membership newsletter. Originally, the membership newsletter was delivered from me to you and at a certain time, at a certain day. Originally, it was Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, via the YouTube alerts. But I thought, how can I make this even easier? What if I didn't have to deliver it to you at all? What if it was available all the time? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So as soon as you become a member, you don't have to wait to Monday through Friday. You don't have to wait to 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You could do it instantly, the moment you became a member. And that was my creation, and that's why viewers absolutely were ecstatic. That's why membership is on fire. And over 100 new members every 48 hours for channel 1, 2, or channel 3. You go around this video right now, you become a member, then you go into that membership newsletter. And let's show you that membership newsletter right now. Again, you don't even have to even remember the address of the membership newsletter, because guess what? I put it in the pinned comment, the top of the description, and also under the video. And where is that website? Here it is. You don't even have to write it down. You don't even have to memorize it, because it's at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and also in the description of this video. Once you become a member, then you go right into that newsletter. The next step is you grab the password from the most recent post for members on channel 1 or channel 2 or channel 3. You grab that password and you put it into the password protected membership newsletter, and you start getting these beautiful checks instantly. You don't have to wait for them across the board. Later in this broadcast, we'll be looking at that Dow. Look at that Dow. It's up 188. The Nasdaq is up a beautiful 190. That's a lot for the Nasdaq, 2% across the board. We're looking at those firings as well, and that tees up unemployment stimulus. Wow, we got a lot coming up in today's recording. But let's jump back into those 2023 stimulus checks, because so far, we have only done stimulus checks A, B, and C. We've only done the first 3 checks from Joseph Biden. So now let's look at these other checks that came thereafter. And they are the ones from Congress. And those are the beautiful stimulus checks E through K. Same eligibility? Absolutely. These are for you, become a member. These are for SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits. These are beautiful stimulus checks, and let's look at these beautiful stimulus checks E through K, starting right now, all in the membership newsletter. At Stimulus Check E, we have a beautiful $7,500. Wow. Stimulus Check F, a beautiful $4,000. I love it. Stimulus Check G, 30% off. Love it. Stimulus Check H, $2,000. Love it. Stimulus Check I, a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful $8,000. Stimulus Check J, $8,000. Stimulus Check K, $14,000. I just love it. And so those are the beautiful stimulus checks A, B, and C from Joe Biden. E through K from the Congress. Now it's time for the checks that I found, and those are L and M, N and O, P and Q. Again, same eligibility across the board. Let's go into these beautiful stimulus checks right now. At Stimulus Check L is a beautiful $100,000 on average of low interest-free money. I love it. Stimulus Check M, $4,000. Stimulus Check N is a brand new computer, brand new tablet, free internet. Wonderful. Just wonderful. And then Stimulus Check O, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, brand new mortgage. Wow. And then Stimulus Check P and Q. Huge. P is a beautiful 3% refi, and Q is $8,000. Just insane. So what is going on with these 2023 stimulus checks? It's the combination of 3 years of past stimulus. 2020, 2021, and 2022. And it's stimulus that you may not have known about, may have not been told about, and it's available right now. Remember, the purpose of Congress and the president is to pass laws, not to run news organizations, not to be press agents. So they just pass laws. It's your job to learn about it. And ultimately, if you never hear about it, you don't get it. That's why you found LALATE. #1 in America for this subject matter, #3 overall for financial news. And in this recording, I'm showing you all these incredible stimulus checks that are law for 2023. And it's over $500 million of money still available for you from 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. So far, we have gone over A to Q. Largest stimulus check, $100,000. Smallest stimulus check, $8,000. Fastest routing time, 2 days. Johnny started on Monday. By Wednesday, he had 45,000. Great job, Johnny. By the end of the week, he had gotten $80,000 from 15 applications in, half rejected, half approved. In these incredible stimulus checks A to Q, we have the rent, the utilities, the mortgage assistance, the home repairs, the home appliances, the computer, the car. Just incredible stuff. Dragon has gotten $170,000 from these incredible stimulus checks. We've had a lot of viewers get over $150,000 to $200,000 for these 2023 stimulus checks to date. And these are viewers of all different walks of life. Now, one of the important things to listen about when you watch LALATE is to really listen and learn. When I use words, I'm very specific so that I make sure you understand it. I also try to make it very simple. So if you say something like, where do I get it? In the membership newsletter. Where is the membership newsletter? Under the description at the top of the chat. And the password, where do I get that password? You get the password for the most recent posts for members on any 3 channels. And then if you ask questions about what about a stimulus check for people who wear purple shirts that stand in front of orchids? Don't do that. Don't do that. Congress does not pass stimulus checks for people in purple shirts versus people in green shirts or people in blue shirts. They just pass laws. It's my job to tell you if you qualify. And if you make less than $75,000, that's all you need to know. If you make less than $75,000, that's all you need to know. For stimulus checks A to Q, go get them. You're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you. It's been made so simplistic on this channel, so simple now. All you have to do is go around this video, become a member, go right into that incredible membership newsletter, and get these incredible stimulus checks A to Q. Now, along the way, I find other stimulus for you, and let's look at those other stimulus checks for you right now. We're going to look at unemployment stimulus for people who are fired. We're going to look at beautiful stimulus checks for small business owners. We're going to look at stimulus checks for families with children. It's a lot of other stimulus checks that are coming up right now. First, let's jump into that beautiful stimulus check R. Stimulus check R is a beautiful stimulus check for small business owners, and you should be ecstatic. I am. This is bringing us back to the very first days of this channel, EIDL grant and PPP. Tell your friends and family that are small business owners to come on over because this is the type of money you want to get. How much is Stimulus Check R? It is an insane amount of money. Stimulus Check R is $26,000 per employee you kept on staff from 2019 to 2021. And it's paying out now in 2023. Whoa, this is huge. In the membership newsletter, it's down Stimulus Check R. It's called officially the Employee Tax Retention Credit. How does this work? It works based upon the following concept, that you deserve to be paid by the federal government if you had an employee on staff in 2019 and you kept them on staff in 2020 and 2021. How much? $26,000 per employee. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. If it's 10 employees, it's $260,000. If it's 20 employees, it's $500,000 of 2023 stimulus checks coming to you. It's Stimulus Check R. Reach out to a tax preparer and go add in that membership newsletter. Again, this is anyone that's a small business owner. Next up is 2023 stimulus for fired W-2 employees. And you may know someone that's an employee that got fired or about to get fired. Let's go over all this unemployment stimulus right now. Later this broadcast, you're going to learn about 26,000 Americans that were fired on Friday from 2 of the biggest companies in the United States economy. We're going to go over what that means for them and what it means for you and anyone else that knows an employee that's about to get fired. Unemployment stimulus pays a lot. And it's for anyone who's a W-2, an employee that gets fired. Step 1 is to go right to your state's Department of Unemployment. File the claim. On step 1, you'll be asked 3 questions. Question number 1, what date were you fired? In this example, let's assume it's October 1st. That's when that boss said to you, ma'am, you're fired as a W-2 employee here. Then the next two questions. Willing to work? Yes. Able to work? Yes. Done. Your claim is approved on step 1. Pretty simple, isn't it? It is. Step 2, it's going to ask you to certify for benefits on a weekly basis. This is a fancy way of saying, were you unemployed the weeks of October? In this example, you are. In this example, let's assume you're unemployed all of October, November, December 2022. Got a beautiful brand new job in January 2023, but didn't find this channel until April of 2023. So what happens? It'll ask you to certify for benefits, and you do it every week for October, November, December. Wow, that's a massive amount of money coming to you. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You stop when you get to January because you did get another job in January. Now, if you found this channel in April of 2023, but know darn well that you were fired, unemployed in October, November, and December of last year, can you still get unemployment for October, November, and December of last year, even though you later got a job the following year in 2023? Absolutely. And that's what no one explains to you. And that's why I'm so excited you're here. Explain this to your friends and family that get laid off across the board, because more people will unfortunately get laid off as the recession starts to really kick up its feet starting in February of 2023. Next up is PEBT stimulus, and that's getting more across the board in this broadcast. PEBT stimulus is coming up in a brand new January update, with the states paying out upwards of $600, $300, $500 checks to families that were displaced because of COVID. These are families that have children that are free meals or discounted meals. They're now sending out more money in 2023 for what you endured, yes, in 2020. Familiar narrative? Absolutely. Very, very familiar narrative across the board. So here's a couple things I want to go over before we go into the big second half when we're covering stimulus. Step 1, go right in this video, become a member. Become a member right now. The membership newsletter is at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and under the description of this video. And you can see in the comments from viewers, no one ever asks anymore, where is the membership newsletter? Because it's all very obvious. It's at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, the description of this video. You become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Join this channel, channel 1, channel 2, or channel 3. Then go into that membership newsletter. Stimulus check A, apply. Stimulus check B, apply. Stimulus check C, the 12 places to reach out to and what to say and how to say it. Then E to K, and then L to Q. If you're a small business owner, it's stimulus check R. Do it right now. It's a combination of 3 years of beautiful stimulus checks. Now, here's a couple of things else I want to go over. It's important to understand that when you're watching a video to really listen carefully, because there is a lot of information in these videos. It's also important to read that newsletter very, very carefully, because what's important to understand is that the reason I put everything in the video is that you have the ability to learn everything. If it goes too fast, you can always replay the video. You can always watch the next video as well. We have 3 afternoon shows. We have the noon, well, actually we have more than 3. We have the noon, the home show, the 1 o'clock, the 2 o'clock, the 3 o'clock. I go over each of these stimulus checks and all those broadcasts. We have, I think, 4 evening shows. We have 5 o'clock, which is prime time, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Yeah, that's 5 shows. So we have 5 evening shows. There's no way to get this messed up anymore. There's no way to miss it. All you do is watch the video, and it's that simple across the board. Again, go right in this video, join the channel, become a member, then go right into that membership newsletter, then grab that password for the most recent post on channel 1, channel 2, or channel 3. Grab that password for the most recent post and put it right in, and you are into that beautiful newsletter. Finally, one thing that you don't often do anymore, thank goodness, because it's incorrect, but sometimes it appears, let me go over that right now. People who ask, when is a stimulus check available for people who wear purple shirts or people who wear green shirts? Don't do that. Congress is not passing a stimulus check because they think you're a little bit more special than anyone else, and don't think that you're more special than anyone else. That doesn't get you ahead in the game. It does not get you ahead in the game. All you're doing is sort of putting yourself in a box and saying, I'm a specific type of person. I should have a specific type of stimulus check. Don't do that, because that's not how laws work. There is not enough of you for Congress to keep on passing individual things for individual groups. That's not how they do it. They pass it for anyone who makes $75,000 or less. That's all you need to know. That's you. That's me. I'm done. That's me. I'm done. If you make less than 75,000, you're done. Don't have to ask any other questions because that was you. I said in the video, if you make 75,000 or less, go get it. That's it. That's for you. There's no specific check for people who have blue hair or green hair or green or orange hair. There's just checks for people within these eligibility zones. Listen very carefully to the eligibility zone. If you make less than 75,000, that's all you need to know. That's me. I'm going to get those incredible checks. Do not wait. In the big second half, we're going to go over this market because, boy, look at that market, up 188. Look at that Dow. The NASDAQ having a beautiful pop today as well. Is it sustainable? We have a lot coming up in this week, and let's look and see what we're looking at right now. Over the weekend, we saw those McDonald's job cuts, Salesforce job cuts, firings in Amazon. The Dow having a beautiful, nice pop right now. The NASDAQ having a great pop as well. It's a big week. And what do we have this week? The rally potentially continuing right now, up 188, the Dow. And the NASDAQ having a nice pop across the board. Thursday, we have new labor numbers. We're looking for those corporate earnings all week long. We have some Fed governors speaking this week as well. There's a lot coming up in the big second half. It's just getting started. Yes, a market rally is underway. Let's see if that market rally sustains itself. We have a lot of details in this big second half. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds. It's getting excited. Have you become a member? Become a member. And we'll go over more about the stimulus and more about this economy in the big second half as Afternoons LA continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then Afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. And the excitement continues in the big second half from the shores of Santa Monica, California, as a market rally is underway today. Look at that Dow. It's up 188 when we went on air. And the NASDAQ was initially up 190. So where is it right now? Let's pull the data. This is how we were when we went on air. Where are we right now? So in comparison, the Dow is now up 228. Wow, that's a big difference than when we went on air just a few minutes ago. The NASDAQ is now up 214. That is a huge difference there as well. The NASDAQ is up not 1.8, is now up 2%. The Dow is no longer up where it was then. It is now up nearly 0.7%. Very exciting news across the board. Let's go over some of the analysis of what some of the people are saying right now. Jamie Cox, managing partner at Harris Financial Group, says minutes ago, even the Fed is starting to signal to the markets that the work is nearly complete. Oh, my goodness. Are you getting a headache already? Are you getting a headache already? I am. I mean, the day has just started. It's 8:40 in the morning, being taped for an afternoon show. The day has already started, and someone's already selling you the Brooklyn Bridge again. I mean, my goodness. These people are going to get a lot of people in trouble. These people are going to get a lot of people in trouble. The Fed has not said that. The comment by Jamie Cox is completely incorrect. Jamie Cox, managing partner at Harris Financial Group. Even the Fed is starting to signal to the markets that the work is nearly complete. That is exactly not what the Fed said just in the recent FOMC minutes released last week. It's not what one of the Fed governors said last week. That's actually that is a false quote. That's not what the Fed has said. The Fed said we need a meaningful downward trend to a 2% inflationary rate, and we will not stop until we have a meaningful trend down to a 2% inflationary rate. There's no inflationary data that came out since those comments that suggest we are at a 2% inflationary rate or we're at a meaningful downward trend. We also had the Fed governors like Ashari that spoke last week that says, no, we're going to be doing this for a while. So it's just, it's like they're trying to talk nonsense into existence. Let's make it clear. Inflation is not at a point right now that the Federal Reserve is going to stop raising rates. And every single day, there's another nonsense quote. This is, it's not like it's an opinion quote. That was a factual quote. The factual quote is actually wrong. It's actually inaccurate. Even the Fed is starting to signal to the markets that their work is nearly complete. No, the Federal Reserve is not signaled to the market when and where and in what document did the Federal Reserve signal to the market that its work is nearly complete. The only document that's been released in the last 7 days is the Fed minutes from the December meeting. And the Federal Reserve says they will be raising rates for some time. Some time is not nearly complete. It's not nearly complete. So someone is out there running a false quote. And why is that happening in the market, helping the markets? This is contributing to positive sentiments in the markets. Positive sentiments markets? Yeah, based upon wrong data. Now, it's different to say that the opinion is, right or wrong, but to say that the data is that the Federal Reserve is signaling to the markets that it's almost done. The Federal Reserve has not signaled to the markets that its work is almost done. I mean, that's like saying planet Mars is getting close to the Earth. It's now signaling. That's like saying Sirloin is now signaling he's running for president. What? He got drunk on too many $12 ice creams at the casino. It's one thing to say opinions, which we disagree with, but it's another to tell you wrong data. That's not what the data is. And that is why, again, you're worried about this market rally. Let's look at the details of the market rally. If you missed the Friday show, let me tell you what happened. On Friday, the market was up 700 points and finished up 700 points based upon the non-farm payroll was released Friday. The non-farm payroll is a critical report, released once a month. It has a lot of data in there, but there's only one data that I really care about. The data that's in that report monthly is the number of jobs created. Do I care about that? No. Joe Biden, he loves that data. He always takes credit for it. The second data is the labor rate. How much are people being paid? The data on Friday showed that the inflation of salaries is easing. Doesn't mean it's going down. It means it's easing. Meaning labor inflation may be calming. That was positive. And then the last number in there that showed the lowest unemployment rate for many, many months, down to 3.5%, lower than expected, 3.7. It dropped. The unemployment rate dropped. The Federal Reserve works upon two mandates. Again, this is not analysis. This is data. This is what their charter agreement says. Maximum employment and price stability, trying to keep prices under control, no inflation, and also trying to keep the most people employed. The report released Friday showed that more people were employed than the prior month. Great. It also showed that there's no indication that headline inflation or component inflation was going down. Only item in there was that wage inflation was easing. So the Federal Reserve is trying to balance two things: maximum employment, maximum price stability, and maximum employment got better and price stability has not gotten better. Then that means they're going to come in more aggressively to get price stability by raising rates. Wall Street saw that, ignored it. You can't ignore the unemployment rate. That is a report you cannot ignore. It's like you can't ignore the inflationary rate. Those two numbers are the most important numbers for this year. They ignored it, and they said, wow, the labor rate eased down. The labor rate improved. The labor rate showed a little bit of easing of inflation labor. Market up 700 points. Justified? Not justified. Today, the market up 188 points. Basis of that? No particular explanation why yet why the market's up. That comment we just ran on this channel, it's not analysis, it's a data quote, and the data doesn't say that. The data did not show the Federal Reserve is going to stop. Let's look at the situations across the board. The numbers that would indicate when something would change from the Federal Reserve are labor rate coming down to a meaningful downward trend towards 2%, says the Federal Reserve. The prior quote up to this last FOMC minutes released last week from December was going to 2% and staying there for a while. Either event happened yet? No. Next report for inflation, CPI, PPI. And what's next this week? Federal Reserve governor speaking across the board. They're going to repeat what they've said before, and seems as though every time they say it, Wall Street doesn't get it. Every time that Wall Street's around, they're trying to get you to buy some stocks. Let's understand that in a recession, which I have predicted for over a year, since February 2021, which everyone in their sister and brother believes will start next month, and they're disagreeing on whether it'll be 2 years like I originally predicted, and I'm still saying, or 2 months, which they're trying to say, stocks go down. Citibank downgraded all equities, all stocks last Friday on the belief that recession is about to start. Yes. How much down? Things go down 20%, 30% more in a recession. They have a long way to go down. And to signal that the markets are ecstatic, that the Federal Reserve has now stopped or about to stop, and that everyone should buy stocks, trying to time the market and timing the market is a dangerous trap. Let's go over some upgrades right today. Uber got upgraded by Piper Sanders. Vehicle prices are at near all-time highs, and a quick reversion to historical prices seemed unlikely. As a result, we think cash-strapped consumers will likely opt to rail rides, that's hard to say, instead of trying to replace old cars. Interesting analysis. So they're saying the prices of cars are at record highs. That's true, even though the auto industry is collapsing. They say that people will rather just take an Uber than upgrade the car or fix the car. That's a fascinating analysis. I like that. What do you think? Do you agree with the Uber analysis? Agree Uber or disagree Uber? Jump in the live chat. I think that's fascinating analysis. I never would have thought of it that way. Uber's up 2.8% in pre-market trading on that Piper Sanders upgrade. Piper Sanders, I like that analysis. I never thought of something like that. Ferrari has been on fire. No, that's a wrong quote. Ferrari has been on all pistons, I should say, all year long. The stock is doing really well. The stock is up 2.4% on pre-market trading with another upgrade from Bank of America. And then Bed Bath & Beyond, which is up 26%. Yes, 26% of pre-market trading. After last week it warned about ongoing concerns sending the stock plummeting. Their concerns last week that they signaled was that the consumer may not be buying in 2023. Now, today, the stock is up 30%, 26%. Justified? Not really. Where are the major indices right today? So the Dow is up about 1.4% for the month and the year. It sits 8.9% off of its record high, so it is held up relatively well. The NASDAQ is about 1% up for the month, and it sits 35% off of its record high. So look at the difference there. The Dow is only down 9% from its all-time high, but the NASDAQ, the tech-heavy NASDAQ, is down 35% from its record high. The NASDAQ is up 59% from the pandemic low, and the Dow is up 85% from the pandemic low. Wow. So that's really fascinating. Let's look at some of the data that we want to address this week. First, we want to understand that the best indication of this economy this month will be, and of course next month, will be Q4 2022 corporate earnings. Q4 means the fourth quarter, the end of last year, those corporate earnings. Those corporate earnings are going to tell us a lot. They're going to tell us what they sold in December. They're going to tell us what they are projecting to sell in 2023. And that fourth quarter will likely tell us how much pressure they see in the market. There was a great report that came out yesterday. Who is it from? Oh, it was McDonald's, I believe it said. They said in their latest statements that they have proprietary software that can tell us the consumer spending behavior in their transactional data, and they watch it regularly. This is what smart companies see, what you and I can't see. And they can see what the spending habits of consumers are like when macroeconomics, recessionary pressures pick up. Thursday, we have the new unemployment claims numbers, and that is a big trouble question mark across the board. Are the continuing long-term jobless claims growing? Well, they did last week, and that was one of the signals of a two-year recession, is one of the data points that I looked at across the board. Fed governors, you know those Fed governors are outside the door. They're knocking on the door, ready to come on to this show. Because why? Facetiously, I'm being sarcastic. Because they are sick and tired of people telling them that they are stomping those interest rate spikes. Not happening. Will the rally continue? Absolutely. The rally will continue because the markets want to see a reason to get those markets up. What you want to see is a reason to get these stimulus checks in your wallet. 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 a month. Stimulus checks A to C, E to K, and out to Q. You want to get these 2023 stimulus checks. They're for you if you make $75,000 less. SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income. These are great stimulus checks for you. Go right on this video, become a member. Then go into that membership newsletter, which is now open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at news.la.com/newsletter, and start getting these incredible stimulus checks. Let's go over a little bit more of mindset on doing stimulus as we go into the final minutes of today's afternoon's broadcast. When you're doing stimulus, you need to pivot. Not a Fed pivot, a you pivot. You need to pivot. You need to modify your behavior, modify your mindset based upon things that are happening. It's always been that way. It was that way in 2020 when it was done differently by 2021 and done differently by 2022. The way it's done now is the way it's going to be done. This is the universe of stimulus for 2023. 2023 is the combination of over $500 million of 2020, 2021, and 2022 stimulus still law available for you. No one's going to tell it to you. It's my job to report it for you. It's my job to guide you to get it. It's not going to be automatic. It's not going to be I sit around and I just get wads and wads and wads and wads of cash. Not going to happen. You got to do something. That's how viewers got so much money last year. $200,000 a person. Because they did something. Person did nothing. Got literally nothing. You got to do something to get something. And that's why you're doing it so well, Purple Power. It's very easy. It's very easy. Here's what you need to understand if you just joined this channel, you just found this channel. Let me go over some details right now. The progression of stimulus from 2020 all the way up to 2023 is really almost taking full circle. And I find this so fascinating. Why is it so fascinating? We started with stimulus looking a certain way in 2020. And then it took another form by 2021. And then by 2022, it took another form. And then by 2022, it took the current form. What's important to understand is that when you're looking at this stimulus across the board, we are back at the very first days of this channel. In 2020, when Americans were put on lockdown for 4 or 5 months, they were told to go get stimulus. You had to go do something to go get it. And this channel launched when viewers did not understand how to get it. The EIDL grant, how do I get it? The PPP, how do I get it? The PUA, how do I get it? The UI, how do I get it? The eviction moratorium, how do I get it? The rent assistance, how do I get it? Viewers needed explanation, guidance on how to do it. People who did nothing literally got nothing. I used to sit on set with notes that literally had writings on the edges of the piece of paper for respective states. Because I had so many people that literally sat back and said nonsense, like that analyst. And the state with the biggest nonsense at the time was Michigan. Michigan doesn't have any rent assistance. One viewer said, I just got rent from Michigan in the live chat, right after the other viewer said there's no money for rent in 2020 in Michigan. And I said, did you see what the viewer said? Well, what I did was I started keeping notes on where people were getting paid money for rent in Michigan. And it went from one place to 10 places. It went to a lot of places. So I kept on repeating it back. What's important to understand is that those type of people are always around. Those type of people that just say no, no, never, not happening, no, no. Those people are always going to be around. They're not going to be you. They're not going to be you. And the best example I had at the time was in 2020, when there was not a lot of money in 2020, unlike now. And one viewer got $15,000 of rent in the thick of the winter of 2020 because he listened and learned. And he was in Boston, where at that time there was not a lot of money. $15,000, paid all his rent from the winter all the way to the spring. And I always use this example, and I know it just made some people's blood boil, because they heard that someone in their town got money and they didn't, and they thought, how dare him get money and how dare I not get money? Why would you think that way? You're watching this channel. I'm teaching you how to get the money. Just go listen to the video and go get it. That's how this all works. You need to listen and learn and go get it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. It's very, very simple. Don't make it more complicated than it is. Do not ask, when is people with blue shirts getting a stimulus check? When are people with this type of hairdo getting the stimulus check? Don't make it more complicated than it is. 75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, 150,000 less, go get it. I got stimulus checks for all walks of life. And if I can get you 18 months of $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month, 5 checks per month, then you are winning. You're winning. If you start with 2 checks, then bring it to 4 checks. If you go to 4 checks, then go to 6 checks. Keep on doing it because you keep on doing so well. It's law. It's passed. Viewers been paid the money. You don't even have to question this or think about it another second. All you have to think about is, what are you waiting for? And I'm so excited for all the incredible jobs you're doing, because you're doing such a great job. You're going on this video. You're becoming a member. You're going right into that membership newsletter. You're pouncing really hard. And why am I coming in really hard right now? Is because this is January. You know what February is. You don't wait for the hurricane to touch land. You prepare way in advance. Become a member and get all these incredible stimulus checks before that hurricane, which is, of course, the recession, starts next month. It will either be a 2-month or 2-year recession. Either way, you want to get as much stimulus as possible. If it's a 2-year recession, you want to get lots of months of stimulus checks. And I will guide you through all this through the course of the year. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Get all these incredible stimulus checks in the membership newsletter. Grab the password from the most recent post on the membership channel and put it right in there. Start getting those incredible stimulus checks. And then join me throughout the day. I'll see you next as the programming continues on America's most watched show for financial news on this subject matter. Number 3 for overall. It's LALATE.